So in our yesterday session, we started understanding about array list operations. So an operation is nothing but here adding the values, removing the values, and as well as reading the values from the array list. So how we are making different types of operations and with some use cases also we discussed yesterday. So if you take in here, the first thing is we understood how to add the values. So we have to remember always one thing, whenever we created any collection object, please ensure providing the generics. Otherwise, we'll get the warnings. And it's always recommended going with the generics. So that means you are ensuring the type safety, nothing but you are allowing only one type of values at a time instead of all the type of values. So that is point number one we have to remember. And after that, with respect to ArrayList only, we started understanding adding values. So how to add the values to ArrayList means how to store or add, both are same. Okay. So storing or adding both are same. So we are going to use a method called as add method, and then we'll pass the values. So internally, what will happen? ArrayList will maintain insertion order. So insertion order means the moment whatever the value you added first, that will be in the first position. Next, second position, third position, fourth position, like that. It will maintain, ArrayList will maintain insertion order. Insertion order means, yes, the value what, for example, 1 first place, second 2, 3, right? So as per lines 15, 16, 17 and point of view, we are adding first one value. So that means in the array list, first one value will be there. So that means in the 0 index. So next we are adding 2 values. So that means it will be in the second index. 3, like that. So the insertion order will be maintained by the array list. So this will also sometimes helpful for us to remember this point, and based on that we have to, in such scenarios, we can use the array list also. Okay, so it's all about adding the values. Similarly, how to read the values. So I want to get values from the array list. So here we have to get it based on the index number. So index number, and as well as we have to use a method called as get method. So in the get method, you have to provide always index number. So that means based on the index number, you will get the value. If you are passing 0, so 0 position level, what is the value available means? Well, one value available, so that one value will be returned back to you. So see here, get method return value is string data type. So that why string data type? Because we created string array list. If we created integer array list, then get method return value will become integer value. So like that, whatever the generic type we provided here, and those data type values will be returned from the get method. So that is how you are going to access the values from the array list by using index number. So you can provide the indexes. And whenever you want to know the size of the array, so dynamically we want to know the size of an array. So array list. So if it is array, we used a variable called as length variable, right? We used always a length variable, array named length. Then you used to get the array size. That means how many values are, what is the maximum capacity of that array size we got that. But here, similarly, how many values we store as of now. In array list, you will never mention the size. When we are creating, we are not defining any size. But whenever we are keep on adding the values, yes, we can keep on add the values. But at one point of time, okay, how many values being available dynamically in the array list? If you want to know that, that means size dynamically, we have to use method of size. It's a very simple terminology, very easy and okay, easy terminology point of view. We have to, they provided the method names and everything. So just the method name is size method. So what size will do? Size will calculate how many values added or stored inside the array list. For example, right now 5. So then you will get 5 here. Size you will get 5. So similarly, next what we understood is, in case if you given out of the size range in the get method. So index, what you are going to get? Index out of bounds exception. You are going to get index out of bounds exception. So yesterday we saw that. So what exception we are getting is, I mean, we handled it, but generally what exception you got? Index out of bounds exception, you got it. When you given out of the range or out of the size, out of the index. So with the get method, then you'll get index out of bounds exception. Okay. So after that, how to iterate the values? Yeah, it's simple, just like using for loops, for each loops. So you know the difference between for loop and for each loop. When you have to go for loop, when you have to go for each loop, we discussed very clearly. And here, whatever the operations we did earlier with arrays, that's why we taken a lot of examples in the arrays also. So we practiced all the things, right? Okay. So here you will use for loop and you will use index. I mean, this counter behaves as index and you are going to increment the counter or decrement the counter based on your requirement, and you are going to read the values from the array list by using get method, and you will pass that index number dynamically based on every loop. Similarly, for each loop, you know that it will iterate all the values. What you have to do, array list name, so collection name, and here you will provide what data type of collection it is. So it is a string data type, right? So the array list created with string values. So that's why you have to take here string value. If it is integer array list, then integer value. If it is student array list, then student data type you will take. So that means what data type list object or collection object you take or iterating, based on that you have to take that respective data type here it is. And it will iterate each and every value of array list. That is what the for each loop, right? So just go through it. And I asked you to go through the assignments, just iterating the same array list via while loop and do while loop point of view. And after that, I told you one more concept available, iterator concept, and it is only specific to collections framework. You can't use iterators on the, we can't use iterator on the arrays level. So this is only designed as part of collection API or collection framework point of view. So what is iterator is, I'll explain you later. With respect to fail safe, fail fast point of view, we will discuss what is the iterator and so, but simply what it is on a high level point of view, where you have a method called as iterator method. So on the array list object, now what is the array list? We created names list. So when on the array list object, whenever you are calling iterator method, a predefined method, then you will get iterator object. So iterator is nothing but what it is it just behaves as a I mean, it just behaves as it is similar to looping only. It is similar to that looping statement only, but not exactly looping statement. So it is just, so it will, what will happen is whenever you created that, so based on this, internally it will maintain a pointer. Whenever iteration object is created, internally it will maintain a pointer and it will always pointed with the first value of the array list. So then if you want to iterate each and every value from the array list, then what you have to do is you have to use these methods. So has next. So what you are doing, iterator dot has next. Nothing but you are verifying has next. What it will do is it will verify a value existed in the first index or not. I mean first point of view. Because while first time it is created, it is by default pointed to the first value of the array list. The has next will give answer like true or false. If value available, true. If not available, false. So whenever it returns true, what is the logic we return? We return like, okay, enter into while loop, and to has next is giving value available or not, but not reading the value. Value available or not, we are verifying. So if available, then it will enter inside the while loop. And then from the same iterator, what we are doing, we are reading the value or we are getting the value. So we are reading value. When value available, then we are reading the value once it is entered into while loop. If there is no value, so similarly it will iterate next. At one point of time, there is no value, like it will return false. then it will come out from the while loop. So this is how generally we will use iterator, and this iterator is only specific to collection framework point of view. So these are all details we discussed yesterday, and couple of details also. Why we have to remember all these details is because the linked list, vector, hash set. So coding wise, operations wise, same logic, same code. We are going to do that. Only thing is the internal behaviors, the internal working flow is going to change from array list, linked list, vector, hash set, all these things. Okay. So, but coding wise, the method names and yeah, the syntax wise, what are the method names we are using, what are the operations we are doing as of now is 100%, 90% common in between every class. So that's why we have to understand these methods carefully so that it is same we are going to useful in the we are going to use in the other collection classes. Okay, so this is all okay. So we taken and remove operations. So whenever you want to remove the values, again you have to remove based on the index as well as based on the value also. So what you are doing, there are two ways you are removing the value. So first thing is based on the index. So whatever the index you given, for example, if you given 3, then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 value will be removed. If you given 0 index, first value will be removed. So we are having a straightforward method called as remove, and we are passing what? We are passing index value. We are passing index value. And if you observe, I think, yeah. So if you see here, one more method, remove. So you can easily understand now. So remove, we understood yesterday, object point of view, nothing but value we are passing. And removal, I did not clear. I mean, we are not done that. I'll take it up. So now understand the remove first. So remove first means what? The 0 index. Remove last means last index. So how to identify the last index? So this line, I think I written yesterday also. Yeah. So this line, yeah. So this line, I can write like this also. Maybe names, list, so equal minus 1. So this line is equal to this method. So they simplified the thing. As a developer, we can write same thing like this also. Size minus 1 means always last index. Instead of we are writing this much length, they only provided a straightforward method also without providing any index. But if you want to write same thing again, I can write like this. Now similarly, if you have remove first, what is the meaning of remove first? Removing the first value. Removing first means 0 index. So 0 index means directly you can provide 0. It's always 0. First index. Last index we can't measure. We can't give a fixed value. So that's why we given size minus 1. So this method is nothing but size minus 1. This method is nothing but remove of 0. So these two you can write, or you can utilize predefined methods also. Okay. So you please think always, see, this is from the Java 21. So these methods introduced from Java 21. If you see here since 20. So that's what I surprised. So that means remove first, remove last, remove first also from the 21 Java 21 they are introduced. So we are using Java 21 in our application. So that's why you are able to see these methods. I don't think if you are seeing using 17 or something, you can't see these methods. But anyway, what they did, remove first means size equal to 0. They are saying like, array list is empty. In case size is not equal to 0 means values are available, then they are making simply passing index value 0. So simply they are passing index value 0. See here, last means size minus 1. Same thing we are also done that. So they simplified the process. Now similarly, you observed or not yesterday, we taken one more thing like add first, add last. So if you see here, yeah, add first, add last. So That means for add first, add last point of view, we have methods. We have methods like add first, add last. So add first and add last. So what is the meaning of add first and add last? So you're saying like add at first element. That means zero index. So without giving zero, and you are saying like add at the first place. So nothing but what, this line is equal to this line. How can say that? So here specifically I provided index number and then value. But here I'm saying in the first position and then value. So this is equal to this one. So 0 and followed by value is nothing but, again, this method also same thing. Similarly, you have add last. So add last means size. So add last means what you will give? The size you will give. Last index. Or size minus 1 or size at size level also. You can do that. So even I think these methods also from the Java 21 only. So from Java 21, you got this method. See here, element add last, add element, something like add first. What is this? Zero element. That's all right. Even you don't need to give size also here. So as I mentioned here, even you don't need to give size also. So add last means generally whenever we are making add, where it will add guys, always at the last only, right? So yeah, so it's a simple, you are providing the value, some value you are providing. Simply what it will do, it will attach at the last of the array list. So if you have array list like this, so whenever we are calling add method, assume until this values are filled. Now whenever I made add, simply it will add a value here. Now even if I said add last also, what is the meaning of it is adding last only. So that means add last method is equal to add only. Only add first point of view, you are saying like add at 0 index level. So that means if you given something like 666, what it will do, it will add at first index and this value will be shifted to next. This values will be shifted to next. This value will be shifted to next. Anyway, finally the arrangement will happen, but ultimately the value will be added at first position. Even this is also same thing. So this method, see, this is how you have to understand the things practically, guys. So if you go to the source code, what they are doing, same, add 0 index level element value. We are also doing same thing, right? So that is what I explained you yesterday. So these methods they given, see how they are simplifying the language to the developers and development perspective. So we can write generally these things, and for that also they brought shortcut methods. I don't think, anyway, good. So Java 21 methods. From Java 21 version onwards, these methods added in the list interface or array list classes, we can understand like that. Okay. So these are all methods we understood yesterday. And yeah. So removing of value. So what it is doing, the moment whenever you deleted based on the value. So one is remove based on the index. Then it will go to specific index and remove the value. But this time we are giving remove of value itself directly. So in such case, what it will do is, it will delete first occurrence. ArrayList will maintain duplicate values. That means same value you can add multiple times. So A added 3 times, B added 2 times. So when you given remove of value, what it is doing is, it is searching node, okay, index by index. So whenever it found first time, it is deleting from there. But rest of the values, not at all. Okay, it's not doing anything. So that means only first occurrence point of view, it is deleted. So these are all things we saw yesterday. Yeah. And clear is all about removing all the values. So the clear is nothing but deleting all the values from the array list. So then nothing but you are making array list size is 0. So once you made clear, then your array list size will become 0. That means you are removing all the values, you are clearing all the values. Removing or deleting whatever it is, same operation. So this is how the array list is happening. Here it is. And let's see rest of the methods also. And we will have a look once and we will move to the linked list then. Okay. So for I will do, here it is, array list. So I'll take string values only. List one equal to new array list. I'm just making the data now. Sorry. List one dot add. Okay. So I just prepared some array list of values. And what I will do is I'll create one more array list, list two, and then okay. So total two array lists I have created now. Okay. So let's see here now. So total two array lists I have. This is list one and this is list two. So now let's understand one by one methods. Couple of other methods also we will try to understand one by one. So if you see here, add, we know that. So what it is doing, it is going to add a new value to the list one. Based on whatever the list you are calling, simply it will add a value there. You can add anywhere else. So that we know that. Add it index. Okay, on list one you can give index and a value. Okay, fine. Now if you see here, add all method, and it is saying collection extended class. So that question mark symbol is saying like, so one more collection object, simply add all. The method what we are discussing right now is add all. And what is the argument value you have to pass? Again, a list of string values. So that means if you see here, yeah, before adding that, sys out of, what I will do here, it is list one dot size, I'll print, and followed by list one values also. And then similarly, I'll do for list two also. List two. So simply just cross checking what are the values available, what is the size before doing any operations. Yeah. So first list is having 8 values, second list is having 6 values. Whatever we add, 8, 9, 10, 4, 6, 1, and whatever it is. Okay, cool. So now we are just making an operation called as add. Now here a list one dot add all method I am taking. There are again two overloaded methods available. So method overloading. We discussed what is the method overloading, right? Tomorrow if anyone else is asking you, can you give any real life method overloading or real time method overloading? Like that, then you can take these examples also. If you take an ArrayList, you have add method, one with direct value, one with index, add all method. Like that, these are all overloaded methods. Okay, cool. So now, first one talking about only collection. Second one talking about index and collection. So second one we will see. First one talking about collection. So that means here what I'm trying to say here it is, when array list 1 and list 2 point of view both are string array list. So that means both are having string values. So that means both are having same data type values. When you want to merge, or when you want to make sure this list 2 should be added to list 1. So understand the point. List 2, so that means in this case, the requirement is like this. List 2 data adding to list 1. So we are adding list 2 data to list 1. So if you have a requirement like this, list 1 adding list 1 data to list 2. So there are two different requirements. So if you, first one is adding list 2 data. Adding list 2 data to list 1. So this is first requirement. Second requirement is this one. So whenever first requirement point of view, you are adding list 2 to the list 1. So that's why I taken list 1 and dot add all method, and I am passing list 2. List 2. So that means what I am trying to say here it is, please add all the values from list 2 to, take all the values from the list 2 and add one by one to the list 1. So then what will happen in this case? In this case, so once this line is executed, it will take list 2 values like 8 and added here, and 9 added here. So 10 added. So it's all added to the list 1. So again added to the list 1. Again 6 is added. 6 is also added. Again list 1. So that means now once this line is executed, what will happen? The list size. So list 1 size will become, the previous size is 8 plus 6 equal to the total 14. Yeah, the size 14 will become. That means total 14 values available. Total 14 values will be available in the list 1. And list 2 is remains same. List 2 still remains same. That means list 2 size will become still 6 only. You are just taking values from the list 2 and adding to the list 1. That's all. But you are not deleting from the list 2. Okay. So whether it is right or wrong, see here. So that means now let me execute again. After that operation, see here, 14 is the size of list 1. So what happened? Simply at the end, after, so if you observe here, from here what happened? 8, 9, 10, like that, the values are added at last. So it started adding from the last index onwards. It started from the last value onwards. So that is how this requirement I have fulfilled. Now it is adding list 1 to list 2. So terminology point of view, requirement point of view, this time I want to add list 1 to list 2. So what I am doing in this case, list 2 dot. So the data finally should be added to list 2. That's why I taken list 2 dot add all. And I'm giving list 1. So here simply I can call it as merging array lists. So now what you are trying to say is, take all list 1 values one by one, please add it to the list 2. So that means now what I can say here it is, by the time this is happened and list 2 value, so by default already size is available 6 values, already 6 are there, and 6 plus 40 equal to total 20 values available in the list 2, and as well as list 1 value, list 1 Still you have 14. The list 1 is still 14. So once this operation is completed. So that means in the list 2 after 1, again this entire list will be added. 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma, like that all the things will be added. Okay, so let's print it first of all, then you will understand. Yeah, see here, as expected, list 2 size is 20 and list 1 size is still 14. And in the list 2 level, you added 1, 2, 3, all these values is being added. And where it is added? At last index on. The moment simply you said like add up, it will keep on adding at last. It is keep on adding at last. You observe here, keep on adding at last. So that is what add all method. Now, if you take an add all with index. So what is that? Let's see here. List 1 dot add all. List 1 dot add all. And here you have index based method also. So what is that? Index. Second one is index. So that means by default it is adding it from the last index onwards. But my intention is when I'm merging list 2 into list 1 or list 1 into one list into another list, I want to make sure those data should be inserted from a specific index onwards. So that means so what is my requirement is okay, I take a new class so that I can keep that example as it is. Okay, let's come back to the okay. So same data again I'm taking one more time. So list 2. What is happening? List 2 data is added to list 1, but from where? From here onwards. After last element onwards. When you are calling this. But my requirement is this time list 2 should be added to list 1. That is okay. But start adding from second index onwards. Second index onwards. So that means what is the point here? It is once your array list 2 is added to list 1, but in the list 1 level, so it has to add it from the second index. So that means 0, 1, usually 2 is 3, right? Now what I'm saying is all these values one by one should be added from second index onwards. So that means what will happen in this case is simply I'm telling you this data is being placed in the original list 1 level like this. So how? Why? The reason is we are going to, our requirement is from the second index onwards. So simply it will start from second index onwards, taking one by one values, and it will insert here and it will adjust the previous values. So that means now your list 1 will become like this. Once that operation is completed, your list 1 will become like this. So why it is added from here in between middle of the values? Because we given second index. If you are not mentioned index, then what happened? This set is added internally at last. Simply it is going to the end of the array list and it is added. So that is the difference between the add all method with index and without index. So simply add all method purpose itself merging two values, that is the main purpose. Okay, let's see here now by giving the index list 1 dot add all. Finally all are adding, but only thing is you are saying like I want from the second index onwards, or you want 0 index. Then what will happen? all these values simply being added from the zero index. That means your list will become like this. List 1, 8, 9, 10, 4, 6, 1, 1, 1 like this, it will become if you given zero index. If you given two index, second index onwards. Okay, so first I given 0, then I'll change it to 2. So let's copy paste so that I can see after this operation what is the size and what are the values available. If you see here, list 1 became again 14. But observe the values 8, 9, 10, 4, 6, 1. So that means these are all values being placed before from the 0 index onwards. If you don't have a 0 index, then values finally added, but the thing is, this time this set of values added from here. So from last to one by one. If I given two index, so as per our idea, 1, 2, then onwards 8, 9, like that, the data is being added. See here, a list to 1, 2, that's what, 0 index, first index. But we said from second index onwards, list to value should be added. So that's why 8, 9, 10, 4, 6, 1, this value is added. And then again, rest of the values 3, 4, 5, 2, 6, 1, 3, 4, 5, 2, 6, 1. So this is how these are all methods being working here. Okay. So yeah. So this is how the add all methods will work. Now similarly, we have remove all methods also. So let's see here. Yeah. Anything else related to add all method, we need to understand now. See, we are all discussed all the methods. Add direct value based on the index, adding a single value. Whenever you want to merge two array list of same data type, you can do that. And that to index from at what index level. See, it's all depends on the requirement. So sometimes your requirements will demand, okay, we have to merge list 2 from the into list 1, but it should be placed in the first position. List 2 value should coming into the first position. So then you have to use index. If someone else said no, it has to add it at last, there is no index. Someone else said like no, please keep from the index 5 onwards or maybe some order level point of view, then you are going to use index. So depends on the requirement, you are going to do that. Add all is all about merging two array lists. One list, adding one list values to another list. For that, we will use add on. So with respect to add operations, we have done all the methods from the array list. Now let's go with another class. See, please try same operations with different data types. Like when you are practicing, I'm doing with string. Okay, I can take integer also. Okay, let's take one example with integer also now. Okay, so here I taken. So integer list 1. So see here, the moment I give an integer, we are getting error means we have to add only integer values. Okay, I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 6, 1. Integer values I am passing this time 8, 9. Okay, this is also integer. So you can't merge integer and string values arrays like add all. Now assume it is an integer array list and it is a string array list. Then can we call add all method? Means we can't do that. Data type is mismatching. So add all operations can be done only related to same data type array list. Okay, now I have total two array lists again with respect to the integer values this time. So first one size is 8, second size is 6. Okay, good. Now let's go with remove operations. We are already done remove, but only thing I think we have remove one also. Now My requirement is something like this. What it is? Remove values from list one, and which are common, or matching from list two. So what I'm trying to say here it is, what is your requirement is, somehow you have two array list values. Okay, you have two array list values, and you have to make sure array list 1 should not contain list 2 values. So that means, so a list 1 point of view, if you observe 4, 6, 1, right? 4, 6, 1. So 4, 6, 1. These values available in the list 1 and as well as list 2. So my requirement point of view, what I'm trying to say here it is, we have to make sure remove the values from list 1. So ultimately from the list 1, I have to remove the values, and which values, which are matching from the list 2. So that means first what I'm going to do here it is, I'll take 8 value and I'll check not existed. 9 not existed. 10 not existed. 4 point of view 4 is existed. So let's remove this. And similarly 6 point of view 6 is existed. Remove it. 1 point of view 1 is existed. Remove it. So that means total. Now once that what is my point here it is, finally I have to make sure this 2, 3, 5, 2, only 4 values is going to be pending. So simply you're removing matching values from the list 1 when comparing with the list 2. That is what you have to do. So for that, what you have to do, from where you have to remove, from the list 1. So that's why list 1 dot remove, and so single values, but I am taking this time all, remove all. Okay, so remove all, and I'm giving list 2. So see the size and values now. What's happened? If you observe here, what is left? 2, 3, 5. Why? From the list 1, what is left? 2, 3, 5. So what happened to 1 and 6, 1, 4? Because those are all matching with the list 2 point of view. 8, 9, 10 is not available. Otherwise, those are also going to be deleted. Those will also be deleted. So from the list 1, you deleted which are common from the list 2. Simply I can say like that. Common or matching values, whatever it is. So if you added in the list 2 level value 2, add 2, then even 2 will also be deleted. So for example, assume list 2 have all the values of list 1, then everything will be deleted. So simply matching values. If it is found matching, see, with respect to 1 point of view, 1 in the list 2, but here 2 places available. If you observe here, it is removed from 2 places. It is removed from here as well as here. Both the places it is removed. If you see the result array, say list 2 level, there is nothing happened. You have not done anything on the list 2. You have done real operation on the list 1 level. List 2 you just taken as a reference and just matching. That's all. But a real operation not happened anything on the list 2. That's why still list 2 is having same values 8, 9, 10, 4, 6, 1. So this is how removal method is going to work. So it will compare whatever the values list object you are provided here. So it will compare values from that list with, okay, source list. And then if it any matching, then those values will be removed. So simply what I can say now, you are making unique values in the list 1 and list 2. There is no. So maybe let's take like this. An interview question comes like this. I'll ask this question generally. I'll ask like I have 2 array lists. Okay. And please make sure both array lists are having unique values. Simple. That is what my question. So I have two arrays and maybe I can give values also like this. So I have given like this. And what is I'm saying, please make sure both arrays are having unique values. So then just remove all, whatever you can take one array and apply removal on another array, automatically the matching values will be deleted. So that means if you made like list one dot remove all of remove I mean list two, then 2 5 will be deleted from here. Then what happened finally? 1 3 4 6 8 9 10 2 5 12. So you have unique values in the overall of two arrays. So like that, this is the one kind of question we used to get. Okay. Yeah. So this is all add all, remove all operations generally we can do. And then followed by that, let's see any other methods. What I have. So we have done almost most of the commonly used methods, guys. Okay. Any other extra methods, leave it. Will no need to discuss. Clear, you know that. Clone we can take later. Contains all. Okay. So see here. Contains all. Yeah, this is also one of the important method. Contains. What is the contains? I'll try to explain you. So I'll take new one. So I'm creating classes in the order 1, 2, 3 like that. Just refer in same order. And there I'm mentioning all the nodes. Okay. So again, fresh lists I taken, new class. Okay, cool. So my point here it is. So what is that contains method? Yeah. So now the point here it is, I want to search a value available inside an array list or not. So what is my point here it is? I want to search a value is presented or not or available or not. Available or not in the list. So what is my point here it is? From a list. For example, if I take a list one, I want to check a given value is existed or not. So that means now see here for that, yes. So searching operation, simply search a value. That's what you are doing here. It is on a list. In the overall list, I want to check so and so value is available or not. For example, assume you are having 1,000 names, 1,000 email IDs, and you want to verify dilip@gmail.com is available or not out of 1,000 emails. So that is what searching operation. Is it value is available or not? So for that, you are using contains method. So what you are using? We are using contains method. So we discussed add all, remove all, and then right now we are checking contains also. So it's nothing but searching. And then here you will pass element. Yes, sir. Yeah. So to search a value is available or not, we have to use always contains method. Now let's see list one dot contains. So what? Contains all. Later we will see contains all. So contains. I'm giving single value in this case. And what is the return type here? Once you are calling this method, the return type is Boolean. So that means what you can understand from this, returns true if that list contains the specified value. If not available, then you will get the false. So that means it will give only true or false. If value is available, it will select true. If not available, then it will select false. So that means sort of I'll print the result also. So contains, and I'm giving 10. So what is my point here? It is I given 10. So that means 10 is available in the list 1 or not. So here list 1, please understand list 1, not list 2. So 10 I give it. So it will verify 10 is available in the overall list 1, nowhere available. So that means you will get false. You will get false. Now for example, assume I given 6. So here contains of 6. Then what it will do? Yes, 6 is found here. That means you will get. So very simple method, very straightforward and simple. Contains. So false. Why? It's not there. And if I given 6 as per our explanation, yes, it is available. So this is what about contains. A very simple and straightforward. Now what is the contains all? Let's understand. Okay. So all means you can imagine one more list is involving. That's all. Remove all, add all, contains all. One more list is being involving in that case. If you see here contains all of collection. So what it is saying returns true if this list contains all the elements of specific elements. So in simple terminology, I'll tell you, see here, contains also of list 2. So the return type is again true or false only. So return type is again true or false only. But how it is verifying or how it is searching, let's try to understand. Okay. So what it is trying to say in this case is contains of list 2, contains all of list 2. It is saying like all the values from list 2, all the values from the list 2 is presented in the list 1 or not. If all values are presented from the list 2, then you will get the true. So when all the values are at least one time the value should be presented in the list 1. So it is search operation happening here, guys. Search operation is happening on the finally search is happening where in the list 1. How it is searching? It is taking 8 value, verifying here. Is it available 8? No, right? So then automatically your contains all will become, the result will become false. Why? 8 is not there in the list 1. 8 is not there in the list 1. So then contains all. All values are not found. Okay, maybe what found? 4 is found. 4 found, 6 found, 1 is found. But 8, 9, 10 not found, right? So these 3 values not found. So at least one of them is not found from the list 2 when comparing with the list 1, then you will get false. Yes, right now 8, 9, 10, 8, 9, 10 values are not available in the list 1, right? So that's why see here you will get what? False. Now see here, if I deleted, I mean, now this is my array list. Now this is list 1, this is list 2. Now what will happen in this case? 4, 6, 1, 4 is available or not? Yes, available. Okay, cool. 6 is available or not? Okay, available. 1 is available? Yes, available. So that means all values are available which are in the list 2 when comparing with the list 1. Everything is available. Every value is available in the list one. So now it will return one of them is not found, then again you will get the false. See now you got, now see here again, at least one value is not there. For example, I given 10. So 4, 6 is available. 10 is not available in the list one. Then again, false. So that means contains all, verifying all the values from this and with the source value point, source list point of view, on the main list. All values. Then only it will return true. Otherwise, false. Okay, that is all contains method. Yeah, this is important only contains method. Sometimes when you are doing operations, we have to verify so and so value available or not. If available, do this operation. If not available, do this operation like that. We will get some requirements. So then we have to use this contains method. Yeah, important method only. Okay. So apart from this, any other methods? Please guys, please remember all these methods. Same thing. If you observe here, that's what I said yesterday also. Linked list. Coding wise, there will not be any difference. See, I'm just changing ArrayList to linked list class names. That's all. You are not getting any compile time error. That means what? These methods are presented in the linked list also. Same methods. Because ArrayList, linked list are implemented classes of list interface. Of list interface. So that means mostly common methods are available in both the classes, even vector also. So that's why I'm going very slow with respect to all. And when I'm coming to the linked list, I will not explain again what is remove all, what is contains all. No. So simply I'll explain what is the linked list, how it will work internally, what is the nature of linked list like that. That's all. So that's why just practice all these things. It looks simple when you are when I'm explaining and when you are understanding, but after some point of time you will forget the things. Okay, so let's see any other methods. So add contains clear, we know that clone we will see later, contains all, ensure capacity not required, equals not required. Yeah, for each I'll explain later. So yeah, for each I'll explain. For that you need to know consumer, predicate and all. Probably I'll start once we are done with the has basic collection classes, has list, set and hash map. Then I'll start. Then we will come back to for each. Get, we know that. Get first. Yeah. So what is the meaning of get first mean? Get of 0. Get last means get of size minus 1. I think this is also the introduced from Java 21. Yes. So from Java 21, they added a lot of new methods. Get first means size equal to 0. Get last means size minus 1. That's all. Even we can do same thing. So they are simplifying our life by giving this kind of small shortcut methods also. Anyway, so you can think, that's what, think always in a practical perspective. So instead of the hash code, you know that. What is hash code? You know. Okay, we discussed already in the object class point of view. So index of objects, no, leave it. Okay. So at what level the value is available? So index method is saying index of object. So for example, that means I'll see here, I'll just see, we will see here. So sys out of list one dot index of. So understand the point. I'll give here value 6. So what it is going to do in this case is index of value 6 from the list one. So that means from the list one, the index number of value 6. So this is the value 6, right? So that means what is the index of value 6? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 only. So that means index 6. So that means you will get the index value of 6. Okay, fine. Maybe you got confused. So what I will do is I'll give 3. So now what is the index value? Index of returns index value. So index value of array list for the given value. You are giving given real value. So we are giving a real value, and for that real value, you are getting index value. So now if I given 3, that means 0, 1, 2. So you will get answer 2 here. Now you may ask, sir, if I given 1, what will happen? So because in this case, 1 is available in 2 places. 0 index as well as last index. Maybe it is 7 index. So 0 and 7. Then what it will return? Is it written 0 or 7 means? Obviously first occurrence. So that means it will give 0 now. So 0 index level, 1 value is available. If you given 100, first of all, there is no 100 value into this. So then what will happen? See here, it's giving -1 means there is nothing like that. They given -1 means actually there is no -1 index, right? So nothing but instead of throwing some exception, they are giving -1 means they are saying like not value itself not available. That is what you have to understand from -1. So that means if value is not available, that is what -1. So now if I given list2 dot 10, so then what will happen? 0 index, first index, second index. So that means you will get 2 here. That is what index of method. So we are discussing a lot of methods. All our utility methods or useful methods are common methods on daily basis when we are working with real-time applications. These are all methods simplifies our life while you are doing the basic development of any Java applications. Okay, fine. And any other methods? Okay. Yeah, is empty. So what is the meaning of is empty? This is also one of the important method. So what is the point of is empty? Let's take. So what is empty is saying in this case is just checking given array list is empty or not. Empty or not. Nothing but what you are verifying is array list contains at least a single value or not. Contains values or not. That's all. That is what it is doing. So sometimes this is also one of the important method. For example, assume your requirement is like this. If list is empty, please print a message as list is empty. So you can do this in 2 ways. If you think how can you implement this requirement, you can implement in 2 ways. If list is empty, please print a message as list is empty, something like that. So what you can do in this case, for example, I'll take, okay, list 2 point of view, I'll take. List 3, I will take. Okay. So if I'm taking with respect to list 3 point of view, I'm verifying list 3 is empty or not. If it is okay, then if it is empty, then I have to print the message as list as empty. If it is not empty, I don't want to do anything. So then I can do this in two ways. One is empty method I can use. First, that is what right now we taken, right? So first solution is empty method. Directly you can search it. So what you are going to do? So if list 3 dot is empty method I'm calling. So it will return true or false. So if it is empty, then you will get true. If it is not empty, that means at least one value available, then you will get false. So 6 out of given list is empty, please add values like that. So this is what the message I'll get when it is empty. Now if you see here, list 3 point of view, I have two values. So I said at least one value available also. That means list is having at least one value also fine. So is empty returns, what it will do? It will go to the list 3 and verifies any values available or not in this case. Yes, one value is available, then it will return false. Is empty will become false. So that means in this case, you will get false. False means if block will not be executed. See, nothing is happened. Why? It's false. Now, if you see here now what will happen? List 3 is empty. Yes, obviously empty. Only empty array list is there. There is no values. Is empty means yes, true. So that's why you will see this message now. Given list is empty, please add values. And what is the second solution? Can you guess? Can we use size method and say like whether it is a list is empty or not? Obviously, right? So how can you do that? List 3 size method I'm using. When list is empty, when size is equal to 0. This is one more solution. So size equal to 0 is nothing but is empty only, right? So if you don't have any values, then size is 0. If you added at least one value, like whatever it is, see now again, list is not empty. That's why. So first solution, second solution. I think is empty also, they might have implemented. See, what we are guessing is same. This is how you have to learn the language, guys. Practically, don't by heart. You have everything in front of our eyes. So the ArrayList dot source code, which is implemented by the Java team. So they is empty. What they are doing same thing. Size equal to 0. They are checking size is 0, then they are returning true. Equal to 0 means what is this logical operator? Sorry, that relational operator. So then you will get true if it is 0. If it is not, false. Same thing we are also done in our own approach. So size equal to 0, we are also done same thing. So first solution, second solution pattern. Okay, so any other methods? Is empty, we are done. Iterator, we know. So last index of object. So again, similar to this index of only, guys. Index value of the given. What it will do, it will give first occurrence. So in this case, generally what it is giving, in case many, so in this case, what's happening? If value available in many indexes, then first occurrence will come. Okay, then what's happening? First occurrence point of view, it is written. Now the same thing is in case if you want last occurrence. I don't want first one. So that is what this method is. Yeah, last index. Returns last index. If there is no value itself, then -1 you will get it. So that means if I taken 1, in this case, index of 1, what will happen? Yeah, list 1 of index of 1, then you will get first of all 0. If I given last index, then you will get that 7. Because it's available in two places, 0 index and 7. If you used only direct index of 1, then you will get 0. First occurrence. If you given last index of 1, that means at last what is the index? Then you will get 7. So that is the method you can try. I think I will give you that one also. List 1 dot last index of 1 value. So what is our expectation is sort of 7 is our expectation. See 7. If you given only index of, then 0. First occurrence. Like it. Okay, last index we have done this one also. Wait, these are all from the multi-threading point of view we have to discuss. Trim to size, leave it. Two-string, you know what is a two-string? Two array. You can convert an array list to array, guys. Okay, I'll come back this. First, we will come back from first to last. Okay, last index we are done. List iterator. It's nothing but iterator only, similar to our iterator what we discussed. Same thing like that. This is what I'll explain. A concept called as fail fast, fail safe. There is concept, and that is most important interview question also. We will discuss it as an individual concept once we are done with collections. List iterator at index point of view, no need. Notify all also threads point of view. Parallel stream operation. So for that, to understand this stream API, you have to understand. I'll start stream API very soon. Once we are done with basic collection classes, then I'll start stream API. So remove, we know that we are all done with remove point of view. Replace all. Yeah. So retain all. So same thing. Retain also same thing. It will just remove all the things. So if you see here, retains only the elements in the list that are contained in the specified collection. In other words, removes the list of all its elements that are not contained in the specified collection. So that means you want to remove again same thing. It's just like whatever is matching, that is what you are keeping. Whatever is not matching, that you are not deleting. You are deleting. In remove all point of view, what happened? Whatever is matching, that is what removed. In this case, whatever is not matching, that is what retains all. So reversed means just you are making a reverse order view collection. So set is all about setting the replacing the values. Yeah, same. It is nothing but add point of view only. Similar to add, we will give index and value, right? That's what you just try that. Size, we know that. Sorting, we will see later. Splitterator, not required. Stream, yeah, parallel stream and stream both belongs to stream API. We will start it. Sublist means, yeah. So it's sublist, you can understand very easily. So you can try this. Sublist. What? For example, list 1 point of view, I want from index number 2 to 5, what are the values available? So that means this highlighted 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that means I want sublist from index starting from index 2 from and ending with 5, those values I want. So that means these 4 values. So that means you will get one more sublist. So that means see here, sublist, I given starting index as 2 and ending index as 5. So what will happen? You will get one more array list. This will return one more array list of integer values. array list, one more array list, and what array list integer values only. Okay. It is just returning in the interface reference point of view. Okay, fine. So now see here, sys out of new list. So let's see what is the values we will see here. 3, 4, 5. That is what is our expectation also, right? So starting index, last index I given 5. So that means these three values. So sublist. You want, for example, your requirement is demanding like this. Get values from a specific index to a specific index. You want to, in between the values of in index range, get values from in between index range. So this is index range 2, 5. So then those values you will get from that index point of view. And any other methods? So wait, not required. Print to size not two array. Yeah. So I'll come back. Sublist we are done, right? Yeah. Stream and all we'll see. That's it. Individual concept we'll discuss. Yeah. So what is this is saying? If you observe here, two array. So you can convert an array list to array. You can convert an array list to array. So you can convert an array list to array. So now you have integer array, right? So integer array list, you can convert to an array pointer. So that means convert array list to array. So that means, for example, if I take an list to 2, how many values I have? 3. And in the array list format. Now I will get integer array. So whether it is C, how it is list to 2 dot 2 array. Automatically all the values. So you will see what is the return type, object type array. So I can take it as so it's just returning as object type, and you have to make sure the what typecasting. So you have to again, while iterating, you have to typecast it to integer values. If you want, I can do that. So 4, 6, 10. So you just need to do the typecasting because they are giving as a object type. But internally, original values are what? Integer values only, right? So that's why I did typecasting. So this typecasting also we discussed in previous classes. So this is how you can convert given array list to array also. Okay. So these are all very basic and common operations based on the requirement point of view we have to use in our day-to-day application development. Okay. And the same methods will be available, mostly same methods will be available in this entire collection, not entire, especially in the list point of view, set point of view, array list, linked list, vector, hash set, linked hash set, preset. Okay, these are all classes point of view. You will see same kind of methods, but internal behavior is completely different. But coding wise, functionality, methods wise, method names wise, operations wise, almost same method names. So please practice all these methods. And tomorrow we are done with ArrayList, guys. Now we are done completely with ArrayList and complete all of operations. Tomorrow what we can do is we will understand what is a linked list and what is a vector. Like that we will understand. I'll take only couple of operations on the linked list, like basic operations, add, remove, but I will not take again what is a remove all, contains all, add all, and index point of view how to add. These are all methods I will not cover because we are done. Those are all with respect to ArrayList. But my suggestion is when you are doing, do same again, repeat same operations. Whatever we did, we discussed for the ArrayList point of view. Same operations. If there are available in the linked list and vector or hash set point of view going further, please practice everything with respect to every class. That's what my suggestion to you. Okay, so as a trainer, I can't take everything so that it will be longer time to complete the training. So you just complete all this again with respect to linked list, hash set, if you have a possibility of all these operations. Okay, so that's all. So just refer all these examples. I'll upload all these examples again on the Google Drive. You can get it from there and you can refer all classes one by one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. And we given very clearly what and all operations we did and what are the requirement use cases we'll get. So based on that, you have to do that. So retains all. You just try that. Just remove all point of view versus retains all. So removal is all about matching values. Retains all is about not matching values. Those values will be kept and whatever is not matching and like that retains all. Just try retains all on your own. So these are all things will help you tomorrow in the interview point of view. See, when you are having unique values, then you will call remove all method. If you don't want unique values, then retains all like that. So these are all comes under the interview questions one.